Here are the 5 for Philadelphia. We've got Derek White, Jimmy Butler out there with Johnson. Then it's Evan Mobley, and it's Caruso in at the 2. And for New York, Cason Wallace out there with Russell Westbrook. Then it's Shepard, then it's OG Anunoby, and it's Wembanyama in at the 5. And not too often we see a matchup like this one. Both of these teams are elite when it comes to cleaning the glass, Grant.
Yeah, BA, and that's why I expect this to get physical around the rim, which will put the endurance of these teams' rebounders to the test.
Now here's Westbrook. Anunoby passes to Westbrook. Wallace outside. Here's Wembanyama. And he can't bank that one in. White looking it over. Pass to Butler. Shot clock at 6. Using his post moves to get the 2 points.
What a nice touch on the floater. Butler has perfected that shot, has it down to a science.
Now here's Wallace from deep. Mobley grabs the board. Pass to White. And there's the lob. And Mobley throws it down.
You talk about a catch radius. I don't think you could miss Mobley with that pass if you tried.
And it's blocked by Butler. Here's White. To the inside. Caruso outside. Lets it go from deep. Knocks down the long J.
And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Now here's Wallace. He's averaging about 6 points per game. And stolen by Mobley. Pass to White. Caruso outside. Outside White. The shot misses. Oh, nice D from Anunoby. The Knicks have gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. Here's Wembanyama, and it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Free throw good, Wembanyama. Clark, 51 wins for the New York Knicks last season. Their best finish in over a decade.
Yeah, and they got that done despite significant turnover on their roster, BA, making it even more impressive. And as they gel, the question is, can this team take the next step and contend for a title? I think they're certainly capable.
Butler can't get it to go.
Well, with his solid midi game, you expect him to knock that one down.
Pass to Shepard. Outside for Wembanyama. A good-looking shot from the wing. Wembanyama's got 5 now.
Come on. 7+ feet guys like Wemby, they aren't supposed to be that fluid shooting it.
Now here's Johnson. Caruso outside. Wide open. Good. He hits the jumper. He's got 5.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Now here's Wallace. No points yet. Here's Wembanyama. And stolen by Mobley. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. White, the pass to Butler. Westbrook against White. And here's Caruso outside. Knocks it down from distance.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Pass to Wembanyama.
It's such a difficult frame to guard. Wembanyama draws the foul easily.
New York shooting their second and third free throws tonight. Free throw good, Wembanyama. And both free throws good for Wembanyama.
Extremely reliable. When he steps up to the line, you just kind of expect him to knock him down.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
A bit ago, Mike Brown and I were able to chat. We talked about the mindset needed when squaring off against Jimmy Butler, and Coach said Jimmy is a firecracker. You don't want to set him off or he could explode in your face. I told our guys just to focus on the game and not give any extra motivation out there. We'll see if they prevent Butler from popping off. Guys, back to you.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Here's Westbrook. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Shot clock at 5. Tries the 9-footer. Wembanyama's shot is good. Wembanyama's got 9.
Tell you what, he's 3 or 4 now. Looks like his game's on offensively.
Pass to Butler. The kick out to White. This one for 3. And they recover it. Mobley. And a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Mobley's gotten his second bucket on the night.
And there's a hunger to Mobley's game. That's how he beats the defense to the rebound.
Here's Wembanyama. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
He's been excellent in this period. Even though they're down, he's keeping them close.
Outside White. Butler on the wing. And so it looks like it'll be Philadelphia ball. And we have to take another look at that block.
And when you're behind in the game, that's what you've got to do. Contest every shot and get stops.
Just 5 on the clock. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. He's got 6.
You cannot shoot the ball much better than he is right now.
Pass to Wembanyama. And there's a 3-second violation. So a moment now to see the story for Victor Wembanyama. Philadelphia leading by 7. Outside Butler. Cash money on the open jump shot. Butler's got 8.
It's been a good night for him overall and a good night for this team.
Westbrook taking his time here. New York working the ball around now. Here's Wembanyama. Rebound by Philadelphia. A tough loss coming against Boston in their last game.
I really think that L has to fall on their defense, or a lack thereof. Just not enough focus at that end of the floor.
Yeah, and that's really inexcusable. I mean, there's just no way that you can justify that. When you don't put the work in on defense, you're going to end up on the losing end.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Yeah, and this is the kind of impact Wemby makes offensively because he can score in just so many ways.
So it's Philadelphia now, following the bucket by the Knicks. 5 on the clock. Pass to Caruso. Gets the three to fall. And the 76ers lead by 12.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They should continue to ride the hot hand.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. They're moving on after a tough loss they took at the hands of the Pacers.
On the road, they got owned defensively. They just couldn't match the activity level of their opponent.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
For the Knicks, Drummond's checked in for Anunoby. Klay Thompson comes in for Shepherd. And it's Shamet in for Russell Westbrook. Philadelphia also making some changes. Watson, he's checked in for Johnson. Marshall comes in for Butler. And Ellis is subbed in for Caruso. Here's Shamet. Pass to Wembanyama. Shoots over Mobley. New York, no good that time either. The Sixers lead by 12. Up top, White. Watch by Wallace. And the 76ers, another three.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Now here's Wembanyama. Had a career game his last time out. Bucket after bucket. And Drummond with the jam.
One of the key components of Drummond's game. He's an intimidating presence on the offensive glass.
And let's check in now with Shams Charania, standing by for a special report on some action in the Western Conference.
Thanks again, and the word just breaking now about the San Antonio Spurs. They made a deal for Kobe White. I'm told they wanted some length in the backcourt, and the 6'5" White can play either the 1 or the 2. White texted me he's fired up, he's excited, and he feels like this team is a great fit.
Good stuff there, Shams. Thanks for keeping us informed. Much appreciated, as always. And so it's Mobley with it. He brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. It's a 13-point game. White drives in. Back to Ellis. Watson passes to White. Fast break. Here comes New York. Here's Thompson. Can't connect from short range. Philadelphia leading by 13. To the paint. Here's Watson. No good with a layup.
No such thing as an easy bucket most of the time in the NBA, but I'm surprised he missed that.
Wembanyama against White. And Wembanyama gets it to go. Wembanyama's got 15 points.
He has certainly shot the ball well here, trying to lift his team up.
Marshall outside. Mobley on a screen. Oh, trying his luck from deep. And it's New York with a rebound. Wembanyama's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Shamet. He's guarded by White. Pass to Wembanyama. Five to shoot. And with that one, the deficit trimmed to single digits. He's got 17.
And the offensive skills of Wembanyama are a huge part of his high value. And nice to see him delivering.
And the whistle on the shot. Got some contact there. Misses the shot, but he'll shoot two. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the 76ers.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Something else they're doing well tonight, guys, lots of points in the paint. Something to continue to keep our eye on.
Now here's Wallace. Still no points. Deflects the pass. Fast break. Here comes Philadelphia.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Marshall outside. Philadelphia moving it around. Pass to Mobley. Fires the three. Drummond grabs the miss.
That's how you want to see them crash the glass. They've been out-hustled so far.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
He's giving his all, but you can't force yourself back on track.
Outside Watson. 32 seconds left in the opening quarter. Wallace with it. He's picked up by Ellis. Here's Wembanyama. New York again can't hit. Philadelphia leading by 13. Pass to Ellis. Jacks up a three, and the three-pointer goes. Ellis has got 8.
They've really built this lead on the back of their perimeter game.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for them later on.
To halt the run. No good. Misses at the buzzer. Alex Caruso has been leading the charge for Philadelphia, hitting 3 trays in the quarter, providing some sharp shooting. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. A comfortable margin for the 76ers here, guys.
That's simple. Offensively, they limited their turnovers. Defensively, they forced turnovers.
Yeah, I like the way they forced a ton of turnovers and then took advantage of those turnovers with opportunistic baskets.
They've got Andre Drummond. Kevin Porter is out there with Landry Shamet. Then it's Thompson, and it's Wood in at the 4-man position. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Here's a look at the schedule for Philadelphia. On Saturday, they'll head home to take on the Dallas Mavericks. Then on Tuesday, they'll be taking on Cade Cunningham and the Brooklyn Nets.
And you know, for that matchup with the Thunder, that's one that could easily go either way. A few mistakes could be the difference. I expect it to be a fun one.
Now here's Kennard. Here's Butler. Caruso outside. Pass to Kennard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Butler. 2 points. That one goes. And that's 12 points for Jimmy Butler.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, Jalen Johnson, great in the two-man game, and he talked about how he operates off the pocket pass. He said, quote, "It's simple. You got to read before the catch. Point 5, quick decisions. Just how quarterbacks have progressions with receivers, I have progressions in the pocket, and I read those." Guys?
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Here's Butler. The Knicks making their last shot. Stolen by Drummond. And here we go, the Knicks in transition. To the wing on the left. The jump hook. The bank shot, no good. Philadelphia leading by 16. Here's Butler. Porter pulls it in. It's Shamet on the wing, defended by Kennard. Here's Shamet. No points so far. Thompson's shot is off.
They're still looking for his first bucket. You can't put all their struggles on him tonight, but he's been brutal.
Butler on the wing, defended by Thompson. Shot clock at 5. Philadelphia needs to get off a shot. And here's Caruso outside. Knicks trail by 16. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
That's where Drummond generates most of his offense. I mean, he's got a lot of moves in the low post.
Now here's Butler. 12 points for him. No good from 11 feet.
Wow, I'm surprised. I thought that was definitely automatic.
Well, when you think about all the miles Jimmy Butler has on his legs now, how many more does he have left, Graham?
Well, he's been shouldering the load for a long time, but what separates him from the pack is his sheer will and his IQ. So he might just surprise us a little.
Up top, Thompson. Inside. Oh, it's stolen by Butler.
Not a smart pass, and he knows it. Got to disguise your intentions better than that. And that was a dunk contest material kind of jam. Johnson just letting it all hang out.
Thanks to the AT&T Connected Cam for the up-close and personal view of that slam. New York has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And let's have a look at which point guards have posted the best steals numbers over this past month. In the third spot, Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, he's a pest. He gets under your skin. I mean, all these players have the combination of quickness and intelligence you want in a point guard.
For sure. I mean, they wreak havoc defensively in all kinds of ways. On the ball, off the ball, in transition. Boy, this group is the complete package at both ends of the floor.
Here's Shamet. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Kennard on the wing from 18 feet away, and they pick up 2. And the 76ers lead by 18.
Nice setup. Excellent team basketball.
Butler against Porter. And here's Thompson for 3. Cash. Assisting on the play was Porter. Porter's got his 3rd assist of the night. Kennard outside. Back to Butler. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Klay Thompson picks one up. Well, Grant, when you watch an NBA game today, do you wish you played in this era?
Oh, no doubt. It's a lot more open, and there's a greater emphasis on skill and player health. Oh, and by the way, those checks aren't too bad either.
That's good from Butler.
What I love about Jimmy Butler, there's a lot to like, but he brings it every night. His consistency and toughness and production, plays with passion, leads his team well. Love that throwback mentality of his.
Second free throw, no good.
Well, you go back and look at the career that Jimmy Butler's had. Hard to believe that he was the 30th pick of the draft when he came out of college. You got to say that scouts kind of missed on that one.
Now here's Porter. No made baskets yet. And Drummond with the jam.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Back to Butler. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
Butler has never lacked the willingness to be aggressive and to hunt contact, and you got to love that toughness aspect about Jimmy Butler's game.
And he drops the first.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter, but right now he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
And he makes both free throws.
Yeah, they're really cashing in more at the line here in the second quarter.
Definitely, that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Drummond with the screen. And here's Porter outside. Rebounded by Johnson. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the 76ers. Kennard for three. Sinks the tray. Kennard's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, you see what you have here. I mean, the unselfishness of Butler, an often unsung trait of his.
Here's Shamet. No points yet. Pass to Thompson. Back to Shamet. Stolen by Kennard. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
He came up dry offensively in the first, but looks like he's ready to turn it around.
A new lineup here for New York. Philadelphia also making some changes. Evan Mobley comes in for Jackson Davis, and Derek White subbed in for Caruso. And the call will be against Derek White. That's his first foul of the game. Caruso, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Here's Shepard. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. New York working the ball around now. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Wembanyama. Mobley with the block.
Man, Mobley is always lurking, ready to erase any shot that comes his way.
White finds Caruso. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. And now in December, here's what the Eastern Conference standings look like. You look at New York, sitting pretty at this point of the season, second place and looking to move to first. And of course, there's Philadelphia, 3.5 games behind.
Well, for the Knicks, I recall them having a lot of naysayers at the start of the season, but now they may not have any. This team is ready for a deep playoff run.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
Now here's Butler. It's a 22-point lead, the most they've led by. And Russell Westbrook pulls it down for New York. They've gotten 4 of their first 9 shots to go here in the second. And the call will be against Derek White. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, he just couldn't get out of his own way there. I like the aggressiveness, but that's his second foul.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players.
And they are in the top 10 in steals. This is a team that will force turnovers if you're careless with the ball.
And you brought up the defensive numbers for this team. These coaches love the focus they have on D, and they love to break down the film. Here's Shepard. He's scoreless. Here's Wallace. And he can't stop the drought. Another miss. The Sixers lead by 22. Johnson passes to White. The floater. That one no good. New York has gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. Pass to Westbrook. Now Wembanyama. Shoots over Johnson. Wembanyama, no good. And here's Butler outside. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got 5 rebounds tonight. Wallace, the pass to Westbrook. Knocks down the triple. Westbrook's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Now White. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Boston.
And he was relentless in that one. I mean, he wanted to be the first to every rebound and almost was.
New York has gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. Westbrook outside. Pass to Wallace. Here's Shepherd. Now Wembanyama. Stolen by Mobley. Outside White. Now Butler. Now Mobley. And Mobley throws it down.
Oh, the hammer. Mobley, a powerful dude out there.
And the Defensive Player of the Year for 2025, Evan Mobley. What makes him so formidable, Grant?
Well, you know, he has a similar physical frame to Hall of Famer Kevin Garnett. Long-armed and athletic at 6'11". And the intangibles are all there as far as timing and IQ.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call a timeout here. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And Philadelphia making a change here. Kennard's checked in. And over the last 10 games, these are the guys who have been the most aggressive going after rebounds. Boy, you got to appreciate that effort. Evan Mobley is second. Fourth, Victor Wembanyama.
And you got to love watching them go to work on the boards. These two just put on their hard hats and go after any rebound they can get.
Butler against Westbrook. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Grant, having played in the league, you must have a good idea of how these guys are feeling this deep into the year.
No, BA, it's hard to describe. There's such a physical drain on your body, and mentally, it might be even more difficult.
That's good from Butler. Butler hits them both. Here's Westbrook, giving them some nice offensive production with 13 points a game. Pass to Shepherd. New York working the ball around now. With the crossover. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Well, Clark, when Russell Westbrook's career is over, how do you think he'll be remembered?
I call him 24/7 because he shows up the same all the time. Great energy, great production, stat sheet stuffer supreme. But it was his work ethic and the way he brought himself to the game every single night. Very impressive.
And he makes a first.
Boy, the passion Westbrook plays with is infectious. He plays hard every second he's out on the court.
So he makes one of two, and the second one misses.
Hey, you can't diminish Westbrook's triple-doubles, but just as important to me are the intangibles. His passion, his tenacity, his competitive spirit and drive. I mean, that infects the whole team in a positive way. Defensively, you've got to apply more pressure to a shooter of his caliber.
Wembanyama against Mobley. Oh, and Mobley with the block.
Do not test Evan Mobley, a top-level shot blocker.
And it's Butler with the jam.
Well, you know, this is what you like about him as a facilitator. He hits his man where he can do something with the rock.
Westbrook outside. Pass to Wembanyama. White against Westbrook. Here's Shepherd. Outside Wembanyama. Just 5 on the clock. New York needs to get off a shot here. Wallace. New York again can't hit. And it's Butler with the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. Looking ahead, they've got the Mavericks coming to town for their next one. And that's the first of just 2 home games for them. And rejected.
What a big-time denial by Anunoby. OG came flying in to erase that chance.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
It's hard to find a more impactful player in a complementary role than OG Anunoby.
Yeah, you're speaking facts right there. He's a switchable defender. Offensively, he's at his best spotting up, and he can attack in transition effectively. I mean, I think he's the kind of player that not only does every team want, he's the kind of guy that every team needs.
Wherever OG Anunoby goes, his teams win a lot of games, Clark.
Yeah, you think about his second season. I mean, BA, part of the 2019 Raptors title squad was Anunoby. I mean, his defense is superb, and it affects winning in a big-time way.
Both free throws good from Anunoby.
You know, OG Anunoby is one of the most physical and intimidating defenders in the league, but he is also, I think, underrated as a 3-level scoring threat.
Butler with the bucket.
Boy, somebody lit a fire under this guy. I mean, he's crushing it right now.
Right side, Wembanyama. Stolen by Mobley. Down low. Here's Butler. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. And this is their first time matched up with Philadelphia this year.
Last year shows that having the better overall record doesn't mean you're going to dominate the lesser opponent.
Guys, they split the season series, and, you know, there's always randomness to this game. The unpredictability of it. You win some, you lose some, but they certainly want to impose their talent level tonight.
So it's Philadelphia now, after the basket by New York on the other end. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Butler's got 23.
You know, Butler is simply a winner. He knows exactly how to get himself going offensively.
Pass to Shepherd. Over to the left wing. Wembanyama scanning the floor. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer.
Great job ending the quarter on a high note.
Nothing like knocking down that last possession of a quarter to give you a little feel-good momentum.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. The Sixers on top, just dominating this one. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Hey everybody, it's halftime. Boy, it's been a rough go so far for the New York Knicks.
It ain't rocket science. Go out and guard someone. Stop leaving your guys open.
Yeah, once those threes start to pile up, it becomes a tall mountain to climb. And who says it's not rocket science? And now a subject that's always of interest, player movement around the league.
Kobe White is a good playmaker who can score. He orchestrates the offense. He knows when to get his. I like this move.
Yeah, he's really developed as a floor leader. Can't have enough of those guys these days. Glad you could join us. Brian Anderson and crew are ready to take it away for the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. It has been one outstanding game from Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, he's showing off how skilled he is at attacking the defense and converting at the line.
Well, you know, in that first half, it was a common occurrence. He got to the stripe time and time again.
And for Philadelphia, they're shooting about 60% for the game. So on the floor for Philadelphia, they've got Alex Caruso. Jalen Johnson is out there with Butler. Then it's Derek White, and it's Mobley in at the center position.
A big night for Butler. We've seen him as the guy on a finals team, and Jimmy can definitely carry your offense.
Now here's Westbrook. Pass to Wembanyama. That's good. And so Westbrook with the assist. 24 points for Victor Wembanyama.
A great assist. Nice work from Russell Westbrook.
Outside White. And he lobs it up top. Stolen by Wembanyama. To the middle. Knocked loose. And stolen by Mobley. Pass to Butler. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. And he drops it in from the low post.
Excellent job getting that strong position inside. Butler doing work. Really nice.
Westbrook, the pass to Wembanyama. And the foul called on Evan Mobley. That'll get him his fourth foul of the game.
That's number 4 on him. He's still got a little wiggle room, but if he picks up a fifth, that could be a problem.
Anunoby against Butler. Anunoby passes to Westbrook. Oh, get that out of here.
White doing an excellent job coming up with the block there.
And you got to be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this.
Superb anticipation on that rejection, and that'll allow them to stay on the lead if they keep defending like that.
Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. The offensive rebound. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to be Evan Mobley.
One of the most popular players in the world the moment he entered this league, Wembanyama continues to grow his fan base.
And he knocks down the first one.
And the words generational talent get thrown around, but Wembanyama is all that and more.
And both free throws good for Wembanyama. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Outside Butler. Five on the clock. And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D. And some great passing here so far. Let's check out the breakdown where the assists have been coming from for the Knicks.
And when you look at the overall impact the backcourt guys are having tonight, they are really carrying the load when it comes to ball movement and distributing the rock, letting the bigs focus on other tasks.
Outside Anunoby. Pass to Westbrook. Back to Anunoby. And here's Westbrook. New York working the ball around now. Wallace, the pass to Wembanyama. Basket's good. Wembanyama's got 7 points here in the quarter.
Yeah, this is what everyone wants to see Wembanyama doing, dominating on the inside.
Right side, Butler. Rebounded by Russell Westbrook. And so it's Westbrook who will bring it up for New York. They'll be hosting Miami for their next game. That'll be the second of a two-game stretch at home.
Yeah, nice timing on the rejection. Mobley showing you how incredible defensively he can be.
And that one's good.
Good, solid start to the half, hitting 3 out of 4.
New York has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Pass to Anunoby. No good with the triple.
You wonder where was the defense that time, but they got lucky.
Now Butler. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
And you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
He's had 6 attempts at the line. He's made 5 of them.
You know, guys, that's not quite the same success rate he had at the line last year, although it is somewhat in the neighborhood of last year's numbers.
And Philadelphia calls time here. And it's time to check the NBA blocks leaders. Victor Wembanyama, number 1.
He changes more shots than he blocks, and he blocks a ton of them.
Here's Wallace. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Pass to Anunoby. Here's Wembanyama. New York again can't hit. For Philadelphia, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to go since the break. Now Mobley. Stolen by Wembanyama. It's an even 3-on-3 break. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, the NBA has style. Commissioner Adam Silver said this is a unique league. It's also a lifestyle brand. There's a strong association with music, fashion, culture, and also art. And the way to grow the sport is to appeal beyond those who are hardcore basketball fans. That's where our success has come. Back to you, Brian.
Yeah, but we sure love those die-hard fans. Thank you, Allie. Back to Westbrook. Pass to Wembanyama. A shot to stop the run. Clock at 4. That's good. And so Westbrook with the assist. Westbrook's got 5 assists tonight. So it's Philadelphia now.
Hey, get on Derek.
Outside White. Now here's Butler. The rebound by Shepard. For New York, they've gotten just 3 of 8 shots to go in the third quarter. Left side, Wembanyama. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Wembanyama's got 11 in the second half.
He's doing a heck of a job, and his offense is keeping them afloat.
Outside White. Mobley passes to Johnson. Outside Butler. Clock at 6. And it's New York with a rebound. Pass to Westbrook. Takes it inside. It's hauled in by White. The 76ers have gone 5 for 9 from the floor in the third quarter. Here's Butler. That one goes in. Butler's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Well, his scoring has helped them build and sustain this lead. Now he's trying to close it out.
The jump hook. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 7 rebounds in the game. Caruso finds Butler. Here's Johnson. Outside White. Puts up a 3. Drills it from deep. White's got his second bucket on the night.
Boy, White is a capable three-point shooter now, and he does not need a lot of space or time to get off his shot.
Left side, Wembanyama. Back to Westbrook. Pass to Wembanyama. Over Mobley. New York again can't hit. Philadelphia with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run. Butler on the wing. He's got 32 points. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Pass to Shepard. Now here's Westbrook. He's guarded by Caruso. And here's Wembanyama. That's good. And so Westbrook with the assist. Westbrook's got his 6th assist of the night. Now a timeout called by Philadelphia.
Yeah, coach no doubt wants to use this timeout to review the matchups and maybe make some adjustments as well.
Yeah, and I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Jackson Davis has checked in for Evan Mobley. Watson comes in for Johnson. And Ellis is subbed in for Caruso. Here's White. He's got 6. Pass to Butler.
5th in blocks, and they move the ball so well, finishing in the top 3rd in assists per game. So good at looking for the best shot possible at all times.
And you look at their rim protection overall, it's the quick rotation and help that separates them from some other teams. That's good from Butler. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Here's Porter. Yet to see a basket. Wood with the screen. And again, New York with the triple.
The more Porter Jr. hits this, the more driving lanes will appear for him.
White for three. And it's New York with a rebound. Drummond's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Despite his shooting woes, they're still up. That bodes well if he can somehow get things turned around.
And no good, trying to use the glass. Philadelphia has gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. Butler passes to Ellis. Here's Watson. Drummond defending. And here's Butler outside. Wood grabs the board. And so it's Wood who brings up the ball for New York. Jackson Davis with it. Now Porter defending. Down low. Here's Ellis. And no good. New York has gone 3 of 5 from downtown here in the second half. Shamet passes to Thompson. Back to Shamet. Here's Wood, defended by Watson. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Thompson. Oh, it's stolen by Butler. Outside Porter. Rebound by Philadelphia.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
They grab their own miss. And he lobs it up to the rim. Alley-oop up top, hammer it home.
Just flawless timing right there.
Right? The dish, the catch, the flush, the whole thing was perfect.
And it all had to be, because that's not nearly as easy as they made it appear.
And Keon Ellis gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. Some changes for Philadelphia. Marshall, he's checked in for Butler. And it's Kennard in for Derek White. And here are the Knicks now. Thompson passes to Shamet. New York working the ball around now. 6 on the shot clock. Wood with the screen. Porter from outside. Sinks it from distance. Porter's got 6 here in the quarter.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Pass to Watson. The 3 is up. Drops in the 3.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Now here's Porter. He has 6. And it's going to be out of bounds. New York will have another go. Shot clock at 6. Wood left side. It's stolen. Watson inside. Working on Thompson. A nice shot by Watson. Watson's got 7 points in the game. All right, let's take a look at the energy stats. How the hustle game has been going for the 76ers.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end. Tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And also attacking in transition has been working for them. I mean, credit them for running the break well and being opportunistic.
Take it away. Now here's Drummond, covered by Jackson Davis. The steal. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Kennard. Marshall outside. Now Watson. 5 on the clock. Now Kennard. The 3. Wood grabs the board. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers in total control, up by 29 going into the break. They've done a great job containing Westbrook, and with his explosiveness, that is not an easy task. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Andre Drummond is out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Thompson, then there's Wembanyama, and it's Shamet in at the point. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Here's Shamet. The Sixers getting their last shot to go. The three from Wembanyama. Offensive rebound. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Drummond will do that to you all day if you let him. Great timing on the putback.
Kennard passes to Ellis. Wembanyama against Mobley. Outside Watson from behind the arc. Good. 5 for 9 shooting so far.
Finally starting to dial in from range. That's his second this half.
Here's Shamet, defended by Kennard. Thompson outside. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. The 76ers shooting it well at 59%. Watson passes to Kennard. Ellis outside. Clark, you think about current NBA players. Which do you see becoming head coaches down the line?
Well, I think Chris Paul is an obvious answer. He's had so many leadership roles, not only on his team, but throughout the league. Mike Conley has great temperament, has been a tremendous mentor to other players, and is also a guy who has shown great leadership capability. Perhaps C.J. McCollum, a Northeast Ohio guy as well, because of leadership he's shown in the NBPA. So those are three that come to mind right away.
And New York has possession. The Sixers getting their last shot to go. They get it back. Back to Shamet. Inside. Here's Wembanyama. Yes! And the foul! Mobley. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he'll sit the rest of this one out. Sims, he's checked in for Evan Mobley. Here's Ellis. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Marshall outside. Pass to Sims. Outside Watson. Now here's Marshall. Here's Sims. And it's New York with a rebound. Wembanyama's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. From 9 feet out. And that one drops for him. Wembanyama's got 40 points.
Yeah, flat-out dominant score. Wemby's ability to capitalize from anywhere on the floor is what makes him so dangerous.
Here's Sims. Pass to Ellis. Marshall outside. Kennard for 3. Gets the 3 ball to go.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
Now here's Wembanyama. Shot from 16. Ellis with a rebound. To the paint. A nice shot by Watson. Watson's got 12 points here in the second half.
As bad as he was in the first half, that's how good he's been since.
Here's Shamet. He's guarded by Ellis. Outside Wembanyama. Set it up with a fake, but it's offline. For Philadelphia, they've gotten 5 of 6 shots to go in the fourth.
A bit undersized, his hops make him a legit small ball 4.
For New York, they've gotten 3 of 8 shot attempts to find the net here in the fourth quarter. Wembanyama screen. Here's Shamet. He's guarded by Ellis. Here's Wembanyama. New York, again, can't hit.
Take what's available. Use the fadeaway when the defender's there on you.
Pass to Kennard. And Clark, for decades now, we've seen the Western Conference have the upper hand. Any reason you can fathom?
Not really, other than the tide shifts on occasion based on who the players are on teams in each conference. Maybe some of that frontier spirit coursing through, although I don't quite believe that as a major factor. One thing you see in the West, though, a lot of smaller market teams, and historically they've done a good job of how they run those clubs.
So for the Knicks, Wallace, he's checked in for Drummond, and it's Westbrook in for Shamet. Philadelphia also making some changes. Jackson Davis is checked in for Sims. Walsh comes in for Watson, and Clark is subbed in for Marshall. Now here's Ellis. Pass to Clark. Misses the three. Outside Wembanyama. There are usually one or two mid-season coaching changes in the NBA every year. Can those energize the team, Grant?
You know, BA, we've seen it give teams a boost in the past, but only on occasion. Usually it's a last-ditch effort in a doomed season or simply just turning the page.
Looking at who's out there now for Philadelphia. Watson, he's checked in for Jackson Davis. Marshall comes in for Walsh. And it's Rupert in for Clark. The three from Wembanyama. Kennard with the rebound.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Ellis passes to Kennard. It's Watson on the wing. Philadelphia moving it around. Ellis outside. Kennard for three. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. To the inside. To get back on track. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. Grant, you're involved with helping the NBA grow the game globally. How important are those initiatives?
You know, BA, it's very important to watch how the game has grown over the last 30 years that I've been connected with the NBA is quite staggering, but there's more work to be done. So every initiative, every appearance, every camp, every game is so vitally important as we continue to spread the game of basketball all over the world. They're doing some good work at the line this half.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Kennard passes to Watson. That free throw, no good. And he can't make the second free throw either. He missed them both. Here's Wallace, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Now here's Kennard. Screen by Watson. Kennard, right side. Pass to Ellis. It's Watson on the wing. Back to Ellis. Let's go with a three. The Sixers with another miss. New York has got nothing to fall from outside the arc here in the fourth. 0 for 4. Here's Wembanyama. There's the triple. The shot comes out.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Pass to Ellis. All right, so let's say we give you a carte blanche, Clark. Make you Adam Silver for a day. What's one game rule you change?
You know, I kind of like what the WNBA does in regards to the reset timeout, BA. Allow you to advance the ball without huddling up like a normal timeout. And I really think it helps the end of the game move a little better.
Now here's Ellis. Marshall outside. Back to Ellis. Shoots over Thompson. Ellis's shot is off. Well, the Knicks shooting only 36% since the fourth quarter started. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Right there, OG uses his physical tools to his advantage. If a defender wants to get physical with him, he says, bring it on, fella, bring it on.
That free throw misses. McNeely's checked in for the Sixers. And the second free throw is good. The 76ers have gotten 6 of their 13 shots to go. Kennard for 3, and he scores it. Now 5 of 9 from the field.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
You know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
Back to Westbrook. Here's Wallace. And the Knicks miss again. The 76ers have gone 7 of 14 here in the fourth from the floor. It's Watson on the wing. Pass to Ellis. Ooh, stolen by Westbrook. Tries it from 19. Thompson, no good.
You hate to pile on, but his poor shooting night has really hurt the team.
And here's Watson. And Clark, the Defensive Player of the Year award tends to go to shot blockers, insinuating that bigs really have a greater impact on that end of the floor.
Well, you know, the counting stats favor big guys. I mean, when you think about block shots and defensive rebounds, clearly big guys would tend to corral numbers in those areas. But still being on that back line means they're involved in a lot of plays, and they've got to do more than just block shots and rebounds. So to answer the question, generally, I'd say yes.
And the first one at the line is good. And Philadelphia making a change here. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Finally getting himself to the free throw line. He was sitting back in the first half with no free throws to show for it.
Anunoby using his athleticism to force that one down.
The 76ers shooting an even 50% since the fourth quarter got underway. Pass to Watson. Now Ellis. Shot clock at 5. Clark finds Kennard. Fires the 3. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Wallace with it. Pass to Wembanyama. Launches it. Kennard with the rebound.
Well, he won't miss many of those. Not when he gets a good look like that.
Here's Sims. Hounded by Westbrook. Kennard outside. From outside the arc. Wallace pulls it in. And the Knicks shooting only 42%. And despite the NBA's popularity, some folks criticizing the wide-open style of play.
Yeah, you know, BA, some of the artistry is lost when guys are mostly hunting for open threes. But for some teams like the Celtics and Warriors, that's been a championship-winning formula. And, well, we all know it's a copycat league.
And the 76ers making a change here. Walsh is checked in. Kennard against Thompson. Nice D from Thompson.
That's going up against a defense that knows your tendencies. And it's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the 76ers.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And this will get marked down as their 16th win of the year.
And against a familiar opponent, it's nice to establish a psychological advantage with the win in the first game.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season. You love to get an opponent figured out early when you're going to be seeing them that often.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Jimmy Butler.
Tell you what, this guy worked his behind off on both ends of the floor. He was really an intimidating presence out there.
Yeah, easy brush off for Wembanyama inside.
Now here's Ellis. So no problem for Philadelphia as they get the win. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Now, shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
All right, let's send it down to Allie LaForce, who's with our player of the game.
Jimmy, you had it going. How big did that hoop look tonight?
It looked pretty big. That's what I pride myself on. And my teammates kept giving me the ball even when I didn't want the ball, telling me to score, be aggressive. When you got teammates like that, your confidence is through the roof.
They know who their leader is, no doubt about it. Congrats on the win.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson, and we present the player of the game, Jimmy Butler.